Happy Monday, everybody. Here's hoping you had a fantastic weekend. This morning, we're here to talk about sort of the story that everybody's talking about, especially over the weekend, and that's the billionaire space race. On one side, you have Richard Branson. On the other side, you have Jeff Bezos. Over the weekend, as you probably know at this point, Branson made it into the outer layers of space, we'll say. And this morning, we want to know, would you do it? No matter the price tag, because supposedly it's going to be available for folks $250,000 and up starting next year. We want to know, leave the comments in the comments section. Would you do it? And if you did, how much you pay? We want to know. We all feel differently about it. We'll get to that coming up in just a little bit. Ruby, you've got the whole details of what happened and why it's important.
Yeah, this historic moment happened yesterday. The Virgin Galactic went up 53 miles just over New Mexico. And it was about 5 people on that flight. You had Richard Branson himself, British billionaire. You had 2 pilots and also 2 passengers. And it's got aviation experts talking about the future of space tourism, especially here at the Carolinas Aviation Museum. They're hoping that this is just the beginning. Virgin Galactic, they have one more test flight before tickets start selling, and they are going to cost you, like you said, Ben, $250,000, $250,000. And next up, maybe we'll see Bezos offering his up, the Blue Origin. He is arguing that the Virgin Galactic did not go all the way to space. He's only saying it touched the surface. So he beat out, Richard Branson beat out Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin by 9 days. His is expected to take off later this month. So we'll see what happens and if his price tag is above $250, but I'm still like, I can't afford $250,000.
So guys, we can't forget about Elon Musk as well. He's going to be doing that this year too. But over 600 tickets have already been sold. And on that list, you have Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Katy Perry, just to name a few. Larry, I want to know, did you ever think in your lifetime that you would see this?
No, I mean, it's pretty miraculous when you think about it. It really is something out of science fiction, the fact that you could actually, the way they're doing it, literally fly a modified type plane, a jet plane, and go into that altitude up about 55 miles. That never, I mean, it was something as a kid you dreamed about it, even like he was saying, as a kid, you pretended you would do something like that, but to actually be able to fly in space, I think it's amazing, it's exciting, and I'm not sure that I personally at this moment would do it because only one flight has been taken. Once they do 5, 10, and it's proven it's safe, maybe for $250. I don't have $250,000.
I would do it. I'm on it. I'm going. I'm taking the risk. $250,000. I don't know. That would be a crazy first date.
Well, wow. Yeah, you think?
So what you're saying is if someone takes you on a date to space, Ruby, you're like sold.
I am behooved.
Yeah, in case any suitors out there want to take her up on that. By the way, we're starting to hear with folks. Hank says, yes, what an unforgettable experience. Maylin says, I agree with Larry. I'm going to have to wait a while. Janelle, though, Janelle on Facebook makes a point that I think is a really interesting one. And it's feed the poor. And I think, not that I can speak for Janelle, but I think there's a sentiment out there that at least when you had NASA doing all of this, there was a public good involved. It was taxpayer money behind all of this. Now you have these billionaires who are basically just trying to compete with one another about who can get into space first. And are there advancements made? Sure. Do we all benefit from it? Probably so, scientifically speaking. But there is something that's missing, I think, for a lot of folks when you have just billionaires spending a ridiculous amount of money, their money by all means, to send themselves into space. As critics would say, it's a vanity project. They would disagree, I'm sure, when we have so many other problems here on Earth.
But one thing about it's a good point is the fact that if you have that type of money, look at what's happening in Haiti. But we don't know how much they actually do for charity purposes. I mean, they may be giving multi-millions of dollars, and I have a feeling they are, because there's a tax advantage to that. But you can go back to our initial advent into space. People talk about what you're wasting money. Look at what's happening in our own country. There are people starving to death. But so many advances scientifically were made. At some point, it may be a situation with this type of technology that we'll be able to literally take off from Douglas Airport and fly into space. So I think there's so many scientific advantages. On the other hand, yes, that $1 billion could be used to feed multi-millions of people. Hopefully, Bezos and the other guys are giving back to the world.
And each of these billionaires risking their own life to go up on the first flight with each of their companies to prove that it's safe. But I'm with you, Larry. I think I would wait a while to make sure that this really is safe. I don't know if I'd jump on board with Ruby and want to be one of the first, but maybe eventually. Ben, have you said whether you would do it?
You know what? Honestly, of course, I would never spend that sort of money. Even if I had it, I wouldn't spend that much money to do something like that. If the station wanted to send me on assignment, then perhaps I would do it.
Right.
But by the way, Sharon Sprinkle chiming in, $250,000 could help a lot of poor people out there, echoing the same sentiments that we've heard from some other folks as well. Sharon, thank you for your comments.
Are Sharon Sprinkle and Larry related? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Right?
Hello, cousin Sharon. How are you?
Never heard of someone's name sprinkled than Larry.
Yeah, well, they're out there. They're sprinkled about here and there around here.
Right.
I'm sure we're all related in some way.
So, folks, we're going to be doing this every single morning here after Wake Up Charlotte, sort of an after show of taking a deeper dive into one or two big stories of the morning, getting your feedback, hearing what you're saying about it, and hopefully having a nice conversation back and forth with some of you folks who watch us every single morning.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And keep leaving comments. We can go back and respond to them, too. Have a great day, everyone.
See you in space.